The Shifting AI Zeitgeist. Executive Summary. The cultural zeitgeist now reflects a deep integration of artificial intelligence into daily life. Cloud-based AI models continuously learn from user prompts. This mechanism connects them directly to our collective consciousness. However, this live feedback loop causes unanticipated problems like cultural drift, bias amplification, and model collapse. To avoid these systemic risks, organizations should adopt stable, curated AI models. These locked models ensure long-term predictability, data safety, and reliable operational performance. Article. The word zeitgeist comes from the German language. It translates directly to time spirit. In everyday English, it means the defining spirit or mood of a particular period of history. It represents the ideas, beliefs, and feelings that motivate a society at a specific point in time. Today, artificial intelligence sits at the very center of our modern zeitgeist. The public perception of AI changes rapidly. Originally, people viewed these tools as simple novelties. Users asked them to write silly poems or generate funny images. Within a short time, that playful mood shifted into deep anxiety. Workers worried about immediate job displacement. Writers feared the death of original human creativity. Now the zeitgeist is shifting once again. We are entering an era of quiet integration. AI tools have become standard background infrastructure for daily life. However, a deeper shift is happening beneath the surface. Large cloud-based AI models do not remain static after their initial training. They continuously absorb new information from millions of user interactions. Every single prompt and correction shapes their future responses. This constant feedback loop links the AI directly to our evolving culture. As our collective consciousness changes, the underlying models change with it. The collective consciousness and the feedback loop. The concept of a collective consciousness describes the shared beliefs and ideas that operate as a unifying force within a society. Historically, this shared mind evolved slowly through books, newspapers, and television. Today, the internet accelerates this process exponentially. Cloud AI models act like massive digital sponges. They soak up this collective consciousness in real time because they learn from every prompt. When millions of people use an AI system, they input their current fears, biases, values, and slang. The AI analyzes these patterns continuously. It adjusts its internal weights to match the language of the present moment. Therefore, the AI becomes a mirror of the current cultural mood. If the global zeitgeist becomes cynical, the AI outputs will reflect that cynicism. If a specific political viewpoint dominates online discourse, the machine will adopt that perspective. This setup creates a powerful feedback loop. The collective consciousness shapes the AI. Then millions of people use the AI to write articles, emails, and school essays. These AI-generated texts flow back onto the internet. Future models then train on this new internet content. The line between human thought and machine output blurs completely. The AI does not just predict human language anymore. It actively steers the direction of human culture. Unanticipated changes and systemic problems. Engineers did not fully anticipate the consequences of this live feedback loop. They designed these systems to improve through user interaction. However, continuous learning introduces severe vulnerabilities into the AI stack. The most prominent issue involves cultural drift. An AI model can lose its original utility as it absorbs the chaotic shifts of internet culture. First, this process can ruin the objective accuracy of a model. If a wave of misinformation floods the internet, users will type those false claims into the AI. The model may begin to accept these falsehoods as standard facts. It will then repeat the misinformation to other users with high confidence. The system loses its grounding in verified reality. Instead, it anchors itself to the loudest online trends. Second, The feedback loop amplifies human bias. Internet trends often magnify anger, polarization, and prejudice. When the AI trains on these intense interactions, it incorporates those negative traits. The system becomes less neutral over time. It can develop toxic behavioral patterns that developers find difficult to erase. The software engineers lose precise control over the machine's ethical boundaries. Finally, this loop causes a problem known as model collapse. As AI content fills the web, newer models train on older AI data rather than fresh human thought. The language becomes repetitive and stale. The system loses its creative edge and its vocabulary shrinks. It degrades into a digital echo chamber. The AI eventually breaks down because it lacks diverse human input. The case for stable, curated models. These unpredictable changes create massive risks for businesses and institutions. A company needs reliable software tools. It cannot risk an AI that changes its behavior based on the shifting moods of the Internet. Therefore, organizations must rethink their AI infrastructure. This volatility provides a strong reason to use stable, curated models in your AI stack. A curated model undergoes training on a fixed, highly vetted dataset. Developers carefully select the books, articles, and code repository sources. They strip away the noise and chaos of the live Internet. Once the training completes, engineers lock the model weights. The system stops learning from daily user prompts. It remains completely stable over time. Live Cloud AI learns from prompts. Behavioral drift, instability. Curated AI. Fixed dataset. Predictable, reliable outputs. Curated models offer several distinct advantages for enterprise applications. Predictability. The model will deliver identical outputs for identical inputs over long periods. Safety. Malicious users cannot poison the model through coordinated prompting campaigns. Compliance. Companies can verify the exact data sources to ensure legal copyright compliance. Efficiency. Smaller, specialized models often run faster and cost less than giant cloud systems. By choosing stability over constant adaptation, you protect your digital workflows. You isolate your business from the sudden mutations of the online world. Managing the AI stack for the future. The tech industry must find a balance between innovation and stability. Giant cloud models offer immense power and broad knowledge. They excel at creative brainstorming and open-ended exploration. However, they remain highly vulnerable to the shifting zeitgeist. They shift with the cultural wind. For critical tasks, engineers should deploy frozen local models. These tools handle data processing, legal analysis, and medical coding with perfect consistency. You can still use cloud AI for general research and inspiration. However, you must treat it as a variable, fluid environment. You should never make it the sole foundation of an automated system. The AI zeitgeist will continue to transform. Society will face new ethical questions as machines mimic our collective mind. We must understand this technology deeply to navigate the future safely. By building smart, curated AI stacks, we can harness this power without losing our grip on reality. Do you know that any private information you put into a cloud AI is used to train that AI? With local models, you can keep your private data private. Applications and models for local AI are available for free. You may be surprised at how powerful they are when loaded with your private data. I can help you set up a private AI on almost any PC or Mac. Contact me for a free consultation. I have published more than 700 blogs on AI in the past 3 years. If you get value from these blogs, please consider joining my Patreon as a member at the $2, $4, or $8 level. https://www.patreon.com/Steve Hovland.